Army. The team arrived in dress whites, ready for game day. And here come the Black Knights onto the field at sold-out Michie Stadium, home of Army football. Today, the Knights of the Hudson host Charlotte in an American Conference matchup. It's the first ever game between these two programs. What a year for the American Conference. Two ranked teams in this week's AP Top 25 poll, two still unbeaten after number 24 USF took down North Texas last night. Army, the defending league champ, after going 8-0 in conference play last year. Welcome to Michie Game Day here on CBS Sports Network. We can't wait. Dave Ryan alongside the tight end, Adam Brenneman, joined by Tina Servasio, field level as well. AB, we saw how deep and talented the American is this year. Makes today's game big for both teams.
Yeah, this is a prove-it stretch of games for Army. Army found their identity last week against UAB. Ran the ball for 250 yards, dominated time of possession. Now it's about turning that momentum into a run. It starts against Charlotte by dominating time of possession again, not turning it over against a Charlotte team that's had some struggles with a lot of players on both sides of the ball.
All week long, partner. We weren't sure who the starting quarterback would be for Army. It is the junior Cale Helms, who was great last week off the bench at UAB, ran for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Helms gives this Army offense a whole different energy at quarterback. He's physical, he imposes his will as a runner, but he can also throw the football down the field. Today he's got to be the engine of this offense, control the tempo, finish drives, and set the tone for the entire unit. For Charlotte, it's all about their star receiver, E.J. Mason. When they need a big play, it's Mason making that play. He's got 4 touchdowns this season, explosive speed, strong hands. Watch his ability to go up and high point the football right here in traffic for the touchdown. That's big time. Today, Mason has to be that difference maker, stretching the field, creating explosive plays against a solid Army defense.
Tina, the Army coaches weren't sure who the starting QB would be until yesterday, right?
Yes, and Dave, all week it seemed like Army was leaning towards Dwayne Coleman, but exactly 24 hours ago in our meeting with offensive coordinator Cody Worley, he told us, I woke up with a change of heart. Cale Helms is the starter. He told Helms via text. The response, let's go. All week, Helms and Coleman split reps. Worley wanted them to compete, be dialed in, put in the extra work, but the biggest prep for Helms, and both Worley and head coach Jeff Monken said this, it was that North Texas game and those mistakes. It humbled Helms. As for Coleman, he's been handling the back and forth well. He is ready to play if Army needs him, but the plan is stick with Helms.
Tsunami rocking today. Corn Cadets 4,000 strong for head coach Jeff Monken. Happy to be back home after last week's win at UAB. Wants to see his Black Knights eliminate turnovers that led to losing both home games in overtime. They've now been year one after taking over for Frank Solich at Ohio. Had 3 straight 10-win seasons. 2-time MAC Coach of the Year, won last year's MAC championship game over Miami. Army has won the toss, as always elects to defer. They'll have the ball to begin the second half here. Anderson Britton, big hero last week on special teams, recovered a fumble. Derek Ely, E.J. Mason. Good return game for Ely, top 20 in punt and kickoff returns, a bright spot for Charlotte this year. And rough at West Point. Ely tries from the 5. And glides across the 20. That's where Charlotte takes over on their first possession. First career start at Charlotte for quarterback Zach Wilkie, redshirt junior from Hernando, Mississippi, transfer from Southern Miss and Northwest Mississippi Junior College. At JC last year, 10-2 record, a playoff team, threw for 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. Came to Charlotte, had a spring ball this year. Started the season as the 49ers' third-string quarterback behind Connor Harrell, who's out with an ACL, and Duke transfer Grayson Loftus, ineffective last week at USF. Here we go. Feature back Rod Gainey Jr. He carries on first play from scrimmage for Charlotte. Makes a couple nice moves. Powers ahead and gets to the 28.
And Wilkie really gives this offense a sense of calm and control at the quarterback position. Take a look at the Charlotte starting lineups. Offensive line is a group coming together. This is their second game playing together. And then Javen Nicholas is the star wideout for this Charlotte offense. Number 5, plays in the slot, has to get open on third down today.
Second down. Gainey Jr. Eric Ford a hold of him. Brings him down shy of the yard to gain the 32. He's at the 30. Sets up 3rd and 2.
Army's defense has a veteran front, Jack Latour, a defensive tackle, Jack Bosom playing to the field. The guy to watch on the back end is Colin Madison, number 30, plays the boundary safety position, will be in the run fit all day, and on plays like this, 3rd down and 2, it's Madison often making that play in space.
Eight starts for Wilkie at Southern Miss back in 2022. Was 5-3. Deep in the play clock. Gainey, a cut. Madison fills, makes the play, but it's enough for a first down. For Charlotte, they will move the chains on the first drive, and AB, that's big for a quarterback making his first career start.
Yeah, and a good read there by Gainey, the running back, on 3rd down to see Eric Ford coming off the edge and cut that ball back. Not a big game, but picks up the first down. Nice execution.
Gainey Jr., team's 2nd leading rusher, only 145 yards. They've had trouble scoring. They've had trouble with penalties. They've had trouble defending. 1-4 for Charlotte. One win against Monmouth. A wild game at home in North Carolina. With an FCS team. Gainey stays busy. Powers through traffic. Gets to the 2nd level again, so good push up front. The offensive line for Charlotte got to the 37-yard line.
Big key in this game for Charlotte is establishing that run game. Watch the offensive line here. Get movement up front. Gus McGee, number 17, the tight end with a nice block. Have to be able to run the football here to protect your young quarterback making his first start, Zach Wilkie.
All run so far. The 2-time transfer from Mississippi. Good pickup. Gainey Jr. stays busy. Breaks a tackle again. And trucks forward. Stopped by Fortner, does get to the 41, picks up 4 more. 1 yard shy of a first down for the 49ers.
Getting this run game going for Charlotte is now going to open up those passes down the field, those play action shots, which are the explosives that can beat this Army defense.
123rd in the FBS, been a struggle. Scoring under 20 points a game, that's 112 of 136 teams this year. A test here for the first-time starter in Wilkie. 3rd and 1. Gainey Jr. to his left. Who carries again? Makes a nice move. Pushes forward, does have another first down. All runs and all first downs to begin the game here for Charlotte. Picks up 2.
When you're able to run the football for first downs like this, the confidence it gives your offensive line is huge. Sets the tempo in this ball game. And this is what Tim Albin wanted, Charlotte head coach, to set the tempo and say, we're going to be able to run the football in this game despite struggling throughout the season, Ryan, only averaging under 3 yards a carry coming into this game.
So moving up front, let's see who moved first. Maybe a false start. Right side of the Charlotte offensive line.
Number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Richard Sr., New Hyde Park, New York, not far from here. Right around the Hudson River in the Poughkeepsie area. Christos Fernandez gets the guilty party and heads off the field.
Charlotte's really struggled with penalties this season. 13th in the American, 65 penalty yards a game. That's just way too many. You're going to have a hard time beating anyone with penalties like that. That's a huge one on 1st down and 10 to back you up behind the sticks.
49ers had 10 penalties first half at USF last week and 2 first downs. Wilkie throws for the first time. Got Sean Brown, one of his favorite targets. Bumped out of bounds by Jaden Mays. Good pickup about 9, though, on that throw. From the hash, good arm strength for Wilkie.
Watch Wilkie in rhythm here. He's got a really quick release, gets the ball out quickly. When he's throwing the football within 2 seconds of getting it in his hands, that's when this offense at its best.
Brown, the 7th-year senior. Play fake, Wilkie keeps it. Casey Larkin comes up with a nice hit, but he does have a first down. He got to the 46-yard line. The good first drive continues for Charlotte.
It's a good read by Wilkie. He sees 53, Caleb Fortner, crash inside, so pulls the ball himself. Good job just getting down here, knowing where the first down sticks are, and protecting himself at quarterback. Got to stay healthy in this game for him.
His first action of the year came with about 6.5 to go in the first half in Tampa last week at USF. Carried 4 times, 10 yards. Great in terms of efficiency, 14 of 18 passing. Got them going in the second half. Throws here the play fake. It was a dangerous play. Nicholas, the intended receiver. Williams near it. Nicholas didn't know that was coming to him.
But David Nicholas is wide open. It's a run-pass option where Nicholas looks like he should have been running a post or a slant route right there. It's a good read by Wilkie because the linebacker bit up, but a miscommunication and another mishap by this Charlotte offense.
Nicholas, team's leading receiver, 27 catches. Transfer from LSU, played 26 games for the Tigers in the SEC. Play fake again. Wilkie pulls it instead of trying to throw that. Colin Madison was right in his face. He scored out of bounds at the 43. It's gain of 2 for Zach Wilkie. Sets up third down here long.
Yeah, third down and 8 here in this spot of the field. If I'm Tim Albin, I'm thinking about how do we get the fourth down and 2 or fourth down and 1 so I can keep the offense on the field and go for it. You don't need all 8 yards right here because it's probably a go if you get close to a fourth down and go.
The 11th play of this very impressive opening drive for Charlotte. Tim Albin told us pregame on the field, we've got to get off to a good start. Well, check the box for now. Third down. Here's Wilkie. Pocket collapses. Down he goes. Stumbles there. Jack Balsam created the pressure. He got knocked down. Wilkie gets knocked down, takes him out of any range to try now to have to punt.
Yeah, good job by Balsam here coming off the edge. He's just going to keep working. Nothing's really there. He stunts inside, then keeps working, coming back to the quarterback. Nice stunt by the defensive line there. You saw they crisscrossed the end in the tackle. Good call to confuse the quarterback by Nate Woody, defensive coordinator.
Good initial drive. Fizzles out. Bronson Long had a punt block last week at USF in the first quarter. Led to a safety in the end zone. Ray Benson III watches that go into the end zone for a touchback 52-yard punt from Bronson Long. Army, Jeff Munkin, Cale Helms gets the ball next from the 20.
Be willing to show up for your veteran, your friend, your loved one. Be willing to trust your gut. Follow your heart.
Western Oklahoma State, his alma mater, longtime under Frank Solich at Nebraska and 20 years at Ohio. Took over in Athens, 3 straight 10-win seasons, won the MAC title a year ago over Miami. Well, the next challenge is Charlotte. Helms in the offense on the field for the first time. Cale Helms keeps. And it's hit after a nice pickup of 5. So you see him again, his second start. He didn't know he was going to start until yesterday morning, as Tina talked about top of the broadcast. His response via text, let's go, maybe a few thumbs up.
Yeah, a lot of thumbs up.
Football emoji and a heart emoji. An amazing game against Kansas State. His first career start, had 41 carries, the most ever in Army history. This is year 136 of Black Knight football. It's the most carries in a game at Army since 1980. Here's Hayden Reed, featured be-back today. Tripped up, shy of the marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up. Gain of 4 for Reed.
Take a look at the Army starting lineups. Offensive line is a veteran group. Really the strength is the interior. Jeff Coates Small, Generelli. At the skill position for Army, Noah Short's their best player. Probably the best player on this football field today. He's explosive. A key for Cody Rowley, their offensive coordinator, is getting him enough touches in space to be that explosive playmaker.
All-time Army history, yards per play, over 9 for Noah Short. He's the fastest player on the field for Army. 3rd and short, can we read? Right up the middle, he's got it. With a first down for the Black Knights.
The Charlotte defense today is without their star linebacker, Shea Taylor, number 35, got injured in practice this week. So these linebackers are going to have to step up. Caden Smith, number 19, plays that will linebacker spot. And against this Army triple option, got to play downhill, and he should have 10-plus tackles today.
We saw Taylor on the field before the game, neck injury in practice this week. Hopes to be back next week. Here's the pitch to Short. Electrifying outside exterior player. Schmitz does track him down. Schmitz, one of several transfers from Ohio, came with Tim Albin after the play. A little rough stuff. He's on the Ohio Charlotte bench. In at 5 for Short. Holds the goal to get Noah Short 10-plus touches. Top rusher on the team, number 1 in catches as well, entering play here today. Numbers incredible for Noah Short.
Almost a first down every time he touches the football. Cannot get him enough touches in this game.
Carson Smith, feature back. Cale Helms, second career start at Michie Stadium. He came in last week for Lake Coleman. And 4 there. Who had some trouble moving the football. Dwayne Coleman replaced by Helms, who came in, did not turn the ball over. Against North Texas, Adams' first career start at Michie. 3 turnovers for Helms. Which one will we see today?
Yeah, well, that inside run play by the quarterback is really the bread and butter of this Army offense. And Rhino, I believe that's the reason Helms is a starter, because he's great at running inside the tackles. Another great time to do it right here, 3rd and 1, quarterback run game.
The feature back going to be Hayden Reed. Big man from Tampa. Stopped there by Gavin Willis. Does have the first down, gets to the 45. So both Dwayne Coleman and Cale Helms worked out with the ones this weekend practice. There was no indication. Coleman ready to go. He started several games this year for Army. Who the starter would be. We met with Jeff Monken in the morning yesterday here at Army. He told us Coleman was QB1. And it changed throughout the morning after Cody Worley, offensive coordinator, slept on it, changed his mind Friday. Helms QB1 for now. Pitching is short. Short makes a cut. Rise upfield. Cary Grant has the stop there for the 49ers. Of course, football proudly supported by the Exchange. Second and 6. Saw Helms in practice yesterday. Adam very confident, very vocal with his teammates. One of the best leaders on this Army team, as is Coleman. The plan is, if it goes well with Helms, he's QB1 all game. This has gone pretty well. First down, one and then some. Makes a great move. Still on his feet. Here's Helms with the sprint. Cale Helms wins the race. Gonna be marked just shy, and I mean just shy, of a touchdown for the Black Knights, going all the way across field with the angle trying to score. Gets to the half-yard line, gain of 50, 1st and goal. It was really close, Adam, for a touchdown.
Let's see if Helms got in. Where does that knee go down? It's still up right there. The ball, any point of the football has to cross the plane. Tough to tell from that angle. Let's see from here.
I think it was a great call live.
Yeah, it looks like he's just a tad bit short. We'll see if they take a look at this.
He ran a long way all the way across the field. Randina featured back here on 1st and goal. Going to be Helms. Going to be a touchdown for Army. Cale Helms is in. His 4th touchdown run in the last 2 games. Army off to a great start with a junior from Texas leading the way.
Man, what a run by Helms on that long explosive, and it's a great job blocking by the offensive line. Teddy Williams was out there in space, and then here on the goal line, just watch the double teams at the point of attack here. Watch these tight ends come down. It's beautiful. The quarterback sneak, can never stop it when you got a quarterback like Helms, who's so dynamic and tough on the interior of the offensive line.
Here's the first-year kicker, Dawson Jones. Try attack on the PAT, 15 for 15 at point afters. So far this year, stays perfect. Had a career-best 45-yard field goal at the end of the first half at UAB in Birmingham last week. This is the start Army wanted. This is the Cale Helms Jeff Monken and Cody Worley, Adam, wanted here today.
Yeah, Helms does what he does best, get him in space, breaks some tackles, and then he punches it in himself. Cale Helms gives this offense a whole different sense and juice. That's Army football.
Where's the beer guy?
Bud Light here.
Bud Light here. Bud Light here.
Helms, big 50-yard burst, the key in that first drive.
It was a perfectly executed Army drive. Ran the football well on first down. They got an explosive on the ground. This is Army's first lead in the first quarter since that Tarleton State game to start the season. Good start for this Army offense.
Surprising to see Army lose 2 home games after the 9-game home win streak. Really, from the 10, ventures out, runs into trouble about the 25. Charlotte starts its second possession.
The Charlotte offense has to be keeping efficient on first down here on this drive. Can't fall behind against Army, so really have to get some points here and put a drive together. Last drive, Rhino, Charlotte was playing well, ran the football well on first down. It was that penalty on 1st and 10 that put them behind the sticks and stalled this drive.
Good kick coverage, Caleb Williams. Sophomore, Canton, Michigan, the tackle. And Albin hoping for that good start. He said we shot ourselves in the foot so much. Self-destruction, he told us, has been our biggest enemy. Going to change that today. Wilkie leading the way. Gainey Jr. featured back.
Man, Gainey Jr. runs hard, doesn't he, inside there?
Yes, Nicholas got the ball that time.
Keys to the game, let's check it out. Offense for Charlotte, have to score in the first quarter because you can't fall behind against a team that runs the football like Army. For Army's offense, no turnovers. That is the key in this game. Army struggled and lost games this season because they've turned it over too much, and this defense for Army has to avoid the explosive plays.
Here's second down. Gainey Jr. touchdown pass, lost the football. It's on the ground. Casey Larkin a chance at it. Gainey Jr. does recover, and Charlotte avoids a disastrous turnover. Sudden change in its own territory. It is a gain of 1.
Man, this could have been disastrous for this Charlotte offense. Gainey Jr., at least a heads-up play of getting back on the football and chasing your own mistake.
He ran into tight end Gus McGee and caused the fumble. That's not great. Third down here for the 49ers. Here's Wilkie, the sudden missed transfer, and the pass was tipped up front. Balsam got there, good pressure. David Nicholas, the intended receiver. And Charlotte's got a punt.
It's a big-time play by Balsam coming off the edge. That probably would have been a first down if that was completed. Watch Balsam get the hand up here and bat this down. You can't get to the quarterback, get a tip. Nice play by Balsam.
Been outstanding for Nate Woody's defense this year. Missed all last season with a medical injury. Took a leave from West Point. Long punts to Lloyd Benson III. Fair cut. Army has it again for Jeff Monken. Already up 7-0. Spectacular views. In the Mid-Hudson Valley, there's nothing like it.
Attention veterans. ShopMyExchange.com.
Gets a great block on the edge, which allows Cale Helms to then use his speed and explosiveness to get down to the 1-yard line. Might have ran out of gas a little bit there at the end, Rhino, but what a play by this Army offense to start this game.
And good hustle and pursuit there by Reed Williford, Sam linebacker of Charlotte, not giving up on the play. But Helm scored on the next snap. Reed featured back. Hayden Reed got a gap, driving forward. Schmitz, but the ball's out. It's fumble. Schmitz had the hit, and Ohio is on it. Let's see if the officials agree. Charlotte has got it. It is Charlotte with the recovery up front. A big turnover, a big exchange. And Jeff Monken and the turnover issues continue for Army. This time it's Reed.
And watch this hit by Caden Schmitz, who pulls this ball out right there. Was he down? Looks like from this angle, Hayden Reed was up, and then heads-up play by Xavier Miles to jump on the football. Let's take a look at this again. Making sure his body is up. He's up from this angle when the ball comes out. That is exactly the play Charlotte needed. You get stalled on offense, then your defense comes to play and forces that turnover. That's the key to beating Army.
Is under further review.
They will review this and go back to HQ in Pittsburgh. Randy Franklin, the Navy transfer, also involved in that double team with Schmitz to help dislodge the football from Reed.
And that was probably a theme going into this game for Charlotte's defense is strip at the football, get the ball out, because the path to beating Army is to limit their possessions. Let's take a look at this and make sure the Hayden Reed's body is up when this ball comes out.
All right, so
it looks like he is. Yep. It looks like he is.
Caden Schmitz, the transfer from Ohio. An interception, career high 12 tackles last week at USF.
See, ball's out right there.
That's a throwdown, wasn't it? I think the ball was coming out as he's headed toward the turf.
Yeah, that looks like a fumble from this angle, and a nice play by Xavier Miles then to be there to jump on the football. Miles from his D-line spot was running towards the ball.
Further review,
which is what he has to
ruling
do.
on the field is upheld. First down, Charlotte.
We saw Jeff Monken chatting with Hayden Reed, who's had fumble issues this season, included against North Texas. Reed a touchdown run last week at UAB. Turns it over here, short field. What a chance here for the 49ers.
And we just talked about it before that play, Rhino, that the key to the game was to not turn the football over for Army. They've struggled at home turning the football over here. 7 giveaways at home this season.
Shocking. That turnover margin number, bottom right, is amazing after what happened here last year at West Point. So Wilkie and company, QB draw for the Southern Miss transfer, bouncing off Eric Ford and spins ahead for more real estate. That's a nice run inside the 30 to the 28. On first down, 8-yard scamper for Wilkie. Jeff Monken could not emphasize to us enough yesterday, we have to hold on to the football. It's been such a problem for Army this year.
I've been impressed with Wilkie on the first few drives of this game. He's now running the football physical, has gotten the ball out quickly. Now second and short here would be a good time to go play action after you run the ball well and take a shot down the field to one of your star receivers.
Nicholas is one of their big time players. Screen, it's Brown. Sean Brown the catch. Colin Madison and Fortner combine on the tackle. It is a first down though for Charlotte. Inside the 25 to the 24. The chains move. It's a gain of 4. And Wilkie seems to be gaining more confidence as the game progresses here.
Yeah, Wilkie's throwing the ball really well. He's accurate out on the perimeter. It's not always the easiest throw to make because there's hands in your face from the defensive end spot, but a good first down.
He starts 2022 as a freshman at Southern Miss. The all-time USM record is held by a guy named Brett Favre. The freshman, he started 9 games in Hattiesburg. Gainey Jr. to the right of Wilkie here. Carries on first down. Madison trying to drag him down from behind and strip it loose. Ian and Thomas have the tackle.
You can tell how physical and good an offense is by how their star players block without the football. Watch Nicholas, number 5 right there, getting action, getting physical in space. Nicholas usually the guy catching the ball on those screen plays, but I love the effort from their star receiver in the slot there. Now maybe reward him with a catch right here for blocking his tail off.
His big timer. Josie J. Mason, player talked about top of the broadcast. Both are transfers. Year 1 for Tim Albin in the Queen City. Your second down, Nicholas is the motion man. Gainey Jr. has the carry. Gavin Shields and Balsam maybe play defensively for Army. Gain of 3. Final play of the first quarter. Turnover by Reed after Ellam's touchdown run to make it 7-0.
This
Black
is
Knights
the
lead
end of
the
the first
49ers.
quarter.
First quarter complete. Army by a touchdown. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. The second quarter is on the way from Mikey.
Today, it's a big-time matchup between undefeated teams.
Fourth down, he's a veteran receiver. You got to know better and know where the sticks are. And Casey Larkin, Army safety, does a great job driving on the football. That's complementary football. Your offense turns it over, then the defense makes a stand and gets the football back.
Briggs Bartosh featured be back here for Army after Reed fumbled. First down from the 15. Defense for Army. Helms on the pitch. Here's Noah Short looking for the edge. The pursuit is there. Gavin Willis taking over for Shea Taylor, injured with a neck problem in practice this week, as we told you about. Leader at Ohio for Tim Albin, our captain at Charlotte for his one-year grad student. So Willis and company have got to take over now.
Yeah, nice play there by Willis, running sideline to sideline. Willis has a lot of speed at the linebacker spot. He's athletic. This is a big day for him, stepping in for Shea Taylor. A massive missing piece of this Charlotte defense.
Loma, transfer from Bucknell in the Patriot League. Helms on the option. Keeps. Schmitz in pursuit. First contact along with Randy Franklin. It's across the 20 to the 21. Sets up third down here for the Black Knights. Gain of 7 for Cale Helms.
Good decision there by Cale Helms on the option. That decision-making so critical for him. Watch Helms here decide to keep this football, doesn't risk the pitch. It may not be a home run play, but just tuck it away and pick up some yards and reserve the right to play another down on third.
Carson Smith, feature back this time. See plenty of Bartosh Reed, maybe Jake Rendina. So good at lead blocking for the QB. Here's Helms. There's a first down for Army. Pushes the pile ahead, gets to the 27, and the chains move. Helms had Shea Taylor out today. Team's leading tackling upper body injury. Told us on the field at a pregame he thought he might be cleared at the last moment. Trainer said not 100%. Should be back for Charlotte's next game. That's a big piece they're missing against Army's run-heavy offense today.
And it's not just Taylor's athleticism and playmaking ability, it's his leadership as well in communication against a triple option offense that's so critical to miss.
Which now has first down. Smith breaks a tackle. Schmitz from behind brings him down. A big, powerful run for Carson Smith. It's out to the 37, gain of 9. For the junior from Middletown, Maryland.
Yeah, solid run by Carson Smith there. Good job keeping his pad level low, chopping his feet through contact and picking up a big gain. this Army running back room to figuring out who's going to be the guy moving forward. You got Hayden Reed, who fumbled, Carson Smith, Jay Grandina, Briggs Bartosh. It's running back by committee right now, and Cody Worley, offensive coordinator, wants one of these guys to really step up and take the job.
16 career yards for Smith entering play here today. Short in motion. Smith, the carry. Drives ahead. Motors past the 40 to the 41, and a chains move. First down for Army. Gain of 4. For Carson Smith. Highlight of that Kansas State win on the road at Manhattan over a Power 4 team of the Big 12 when Cale Helms was brilliant with 41 carries. That was the most in the FBS since Chase Brown of Illinois had 41 against Minnesota in 2022. A long time. That's what Army wants today from Helms. No turnovers. Carries here. Williford has the first contact for Charlotte. Got to the 44.
Army run
picks up 3.
It's clear to me this Army offense is at its best when they're running the football inside the tackles. And we saw on this drive a couple plays where Army tries to get it to the perimeter.
Armed Forces football proudly supported by USAA. Sold out Mikey today. The Reservation Project. You see Cody Worley, offensive coordinator, with that call last moment to start Cale Helms. Project coming along nicely here. All done next year for 2026. Bartosh, a sea of white jerseys around him. Led there by C.J. Clinkscales Jr., Boston College transfer. Picks up 3. Josh, 75-yard touchdown sprint against North Texas earlier this year.
Yeah, watch J.Q. Conley come down here from his safety position and make a play. He's one of the best players on this Charlotte defense. I think has a future in the NFL at safety. Misses the tackle, but allows his defense to come rally to the football. It's a nice play, causing havoc by the safety.
Plenty of individual talent, like Conley, on the field for Charlotte. It hasn't been the issue. It's the team. Let the play come together. On third down, Helms keeps enveloped by white jerseys and sent backwards. For progress just outside the 49. He's short. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Yeah, this
Jeff
is
Monken. He's going to check that analytics book, isn't
this is go for it territory for Jeff Monken and Army. 4th down and 2. The analytics book that Jeff Monken uses so passionately. He believes in that analytics book. And it's a 4th and 2 for Army's offense. This will be a go for it almost every single time near midfield.
17 of 27 on the year at 4th downs. 3 of 4 last week in Birmingham. And this UAB and the victory of the Blazers. Check with me here for Helms. So emblematic of the great season last year for Army with Bryson Daly at the helm. They knows go for it. Helms has the first down. Captain America did it last year. Helms is taking over this year. Some rough stuff after the whistle. But it's a 3-yard pickup for Helms and a chains move for Army.
A good read there by Cale Helms, just being patient at the quarterback spot and following his blocker. When you have an offense who just knows you can pick it up running the football on 4th down and 2, it gives your team so much confidence, gives Jeff Monken confidence in going for it consistently on 4th down.
Already, partner, 9 carries, 82 yards for Helms. Highlighted by the 50-yard sprint. Nearly scored a touchdown first quarter. Scored on the QB dive on the next snap. Here's first down. Here's the pitch. Benson the third. Spun around, sent down hard. Colin Gill, field safety, along with Cary Grant. A couple of transfers make the play. For Charlotte, no gain.
It's a great play by the Charlotte defense. It's what you have to do on first down. Put Army in a 2nd and 10 situation. Good job running to the football here. That's Colin Gill, number 3, the safety, who makes the play. Tough to make a tackle like that in open field, but a good job just wrapping up and getting Benson to the ground.
Redshirt sophomore, Washington, Maryland, transfer from Georgia and Oregon. 2 huge Power 4 programs. A lot of players have made the transfer. 50-plus new faces for Tim Albin in the Queen City this year. Here's second down, play fake. Helms runs it. Helms getting through traffic. Boodle makes the stop. The pile is still going. The whistle hasn't blown. It's going to be a first down. How about that? The perseverance for Army. Forward progress not stopped. Gain of 11.
Watch Teddy Williams come around here on the block. It's great patience by Cale Helms. Allows his offensive line to come inside. Then Williams with the kick out, allowing Helms to cut it up inside the tackle. Great run then by Cale Helms. The energy, the passion, the toughness. When you're causing 11 guys to bring down your 5'10 quarterback, that gives your offense so much confidence.
Rendina featured back here. Helms nearing 100 yards already on the ground in the first half. Here is the hammer from Montana. High school weightlifting champion Jake Rendina. He's battled some knee injuries, picks up 5 there. Physical B-back for Army. But Helms, Adam, to this point of the game, is really passing the test with flying colors, isn't it?
Yeah, Teddy Williams, the right tackle, 74. I've said his name a few times now. He's really blocking well. He's athletic enough where you can pull him on the edge out in space, can block inside. And he's a tight end that converted to offensive line. Watch Teddy Williams here. 74 again, getting some drive at the line of scrimmage.
93 rushing yards for Helms already. And 124 at K-State. Could be over 100 right here. Spun down. Good play by Colin Gill. The sophomore safety. It's 6. He's got 99 yards to this point of the first half. And the plan exactly what Cody Worley, offensive coordinator, wanted to execute, gain of 5.
The balance here for Cody Worley is you're running the football so well. But man, this Charlotte defense is starting to load the box. The safeties are coming down. On first down and 10 would be a great time to take a play action shot over the top. But it's also tough to give up those few yards running every single time you're handing it off.
No pass attempts for Army so far. 99 passing yards, that's been it for Helms in the games he's seen action. This is his third start. Kansas State, North Texas, and today. Bartosh, the burst. Brings Bartosh, forced down and then some. With some serious speed. Cody Worley told us yesterday maybe the most talented D-back they've got, gain of 14.
Yeah, watch how the defense overflows here, and then Bartosh sees it and cuts it right up inside. Watch how the DBs fall over the top. Bartosh feels it out. Great read by the running back. And watch how Bartosh hits the hole so fast right here. He sees it, doesn't hesitate, trusts his instincts, and picks up the first down.
Coaches told us yesterday, speedy feet. You can see that burst. 15th play of the Army drive here. Empty backfield for Helms. On first down. Fakes the short. Helms over 100 yards rushing. Flipped up by Caden Schmidt, the Ohio transfer. Inside the 10 to the 8. Gain of 5 for Helms.
Rhino, I'm talking about throwing the football. Why would you throw it when you're running the ball like this with your offensive line? Picking up 5-10 yards a pop. You wouldn't throw it. But I know offensive coordinators, they got some good play calls. Cody Worley's creative.
He's got plenty in the saddlebags.
It's tempting. It's tempting sometimes.
103 rushing yards, partner, already for Helms. Could not be it. A better script so far for Army's offense. Here's second down. Here's the pitch. It's short, looking for his first touchdown of the season. Dropping the play by Williford. Franklin, Tennessee. Team's leading tackler a year ago was 77. Yes, a career-long 49er in the portal era.
The Charlotte defense so worried about the run inside the tackles where Army's been moving the football that they're starting to collapse. And a good call by Cody Worley to get the ball on the outside away from the defensive line.
3rd and 2. Smith drives forward. Smith in. Touchdown, Army. First of 2025 for Carson Smith. And the Black Knights tack on 6 more.
This Army offense has found their identity on the ground. Cale Helms running the football throughout the entire drive. Carson Smith, the big physical running back, 240 pounds, so hard to bring down. Credit to this Army offensive line for setting the tone in the first half of this ballgame.
First career touchdown for Smith. Nation's 4th leading rushing attack, 278.4 yards per game on the ground. Jones from the end zone for a touchback. Back down to Tina.
My goodness, it must be fun scoring your first collegiate touchdown and coming back to the bench. Carson Smith getting just covered by all of his teammates congratulating him, had a huge smile on his face, and you know who else had a big smile? Dwayne Coleman. He was so engaged. I was watching him during that drive, guys. He would cover the holes on his helmet to listen to the play call, following the line of scrimmage, getting right to both Carson Smith and Cale Helms after that touchdown drive.
That's what a leader does. Tina, no question. We watched practice yesterday. Dwayne was as engaged as he ever has been, despite finding out he'd be QB2 today. He starts this year for Coleman. We may see him today again. Wilkie on first down. Pocket collapses. Pressure. Does get the pass off for Cam Smith. He's dropped. Good pursuit by Fortner of Army. Could have been a disastrous play for the 49ers on first down.
It's a really important drive here for this Charlotte offense. You got to get some points on the board against Army. The last drive, as we saw for Army, 10 minutes off the clock, so you got to value these possessions. I like them utilizing Wilkie's athleticism here. Let him get on the edge, make some plays down the field.
Here's second down. Smith stays busy. Dropped by Anna Thomas. Only two co-captains, the inside linebackers, the Gremlins as they're known. Heard about that nickname this week. He and Fortner, fantastic co-captains and production. 2 years in a row, Thomas led the team in tackles.
Now third down here, passing situation. Eric Ford is the Army pass rusher who has to get home. Number 40. He's been quiet the last couple weeks. Be a great time for him to get to the quarterback.
Wilkie. Brown. That is a sticks route. Sean Brown brings it in. The 7th-year senior out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, outside Charlotte. Began his career at UNC Pembroke. That's a D2 school. Eventually made his way to Charlotte.
A nice in-rhythm throw here by Wilkie. Gets the ball out quickly. And Sean Brown, I really like how well he is at, how good he is of a route runner, knowing where the sticks are, making the catch, pick up the first down.
A great chat with Sean this week after leaving UNC Pembroke. Just enrolled in Charlotte as a student and tried out for the team. And now he's one of their top receivers. The pass to Burris is in complete pressure from Eric Ford. As AB talked about, number 40 is going to be key again today off the edge.
Nice job by Ford getting to the quarterback, forcing the throw away. I like the athleticism by Ford to break down in space and keep the quarterback in front of you, not allow Wilkie to escape the pocket.
Senior Laurel, Maryland. Fourth beginning at Tarleton State. 5 tackles, 8 total with 3 assisted. Couple of TFLs and a sack. Placing Ella Mendoza, who transferred to Georgia as the top pass rusher. Here's second down. Here's Brown again. Great throw, good timing. Bumped out of bounds to the 44. He's involved in the stop. Sean Brown, we talked about, didn't play in 2021. UNC Pembroke transferred, eventually tried out for the team, he told us. His plan was when he left D2 not to play Division I football or any football again, just wanted to be a student, graduate. He's been there 7 years now. Pyle drives ahead, needed 2 for the first down, he's shy. A timeout call by Tim Albin of Charlotte. 2-play stoppage remaining for the 49ers here. Trying to get in the range of Liam Boyd. Back in 30 seconds, timeout from West Point.
Welcome to the 105th Annual American Legion Inter-Service Veterans Game. The viewers at home may find this disturbing, but American Legion veterans love a good fight.
Whether it's fighting for veteran rights on the Hill,
fighting to make sure veterans in need get assistance,
and fighting to be the one that makes a difference in the lives of veterans in crisis.
Go Army! Go Navy!
Go Legion!
14-0 game. Tim Albin, partner, calls timeout.
Yeah, calling a timeout right there tells you he's going for it on fourth down and wants to preserve some time and think about this play call. I think it's the right move. You got to score points here and get some points before halftime if you want to beat Army.
It's a big call. Big play. Ford might have jumped off sides.
The tackle should have moved and gotten the 5 yards.
But no flag, no free play for Charlotte. Wilkie. Huge play for the 49ers. Gainey Jr. pushes ahead. That spot is good for a first down. Does get it for Charlotte. Gain of 2 for Rod Gainey Jr. His lone career touchdowns at 49er came in the lone win of the year for Charlotte against Monmouth of the FCS.
Let's see the Offensive line getting some movement up front. Nice run by Rod Gainey to pick up the first down. I've been impressed with Gainey as a runner, his vision and his juice inside the tackles.
First down, pressure from Thomas. Wilkie evasive, sideline route. Burris has got it to about the 48. Miles Burris, good hands. 3 catches against both Monmouth and Rice earlier this year for Charlotte, gain of 5.
Here's Thomas coming off the edge for the blitz, but Wilkie does a great job stepping up in the pocket with his eyes down the field to find the completion.
I'm impressed with the savvy. Wilkie, first career start at Charlotte. Got to get to Boyd's field goal range. In trouble here. And wisely throws that out of bounds to avoid the sack.
Yeah, heads up play there by Wilkie. Cannot take a sack in that situation.
41-yard line is the target line for Liam Boyd, whose long this year is 42. That'd be a bomb, about 58 yards to try to make a field goal if you're thinking about that for Charlotte.
Yeah, and you really got 2 downs right here if you're Charlotte. Given what we've seen with Tim Albin, how aggressive he's being. Charlotte has 2 downs to pick up this 5 yards. Got to find your receiver, Javen Nicholas, who's up in the slot.
Third down plus territory. Wilkie, sideline route. Nicholas does make the catch, but he's out of bounds. And a grab for Javen Nicholas is incomplete.
And Wilkie had Nicholas wide open, but just throws him a little bit out of bounds. See, does he bring that in? I'll tell you what.
A review, it's possible.
That looked pretty close to me.
Let's see.
The one hand, where does he have control? He bobbles it a little bit there. I think it's the right call, but let's take a look.
We are going to have a review.
It's an incomplete pass. That play is under further review.
The question comes down to where did Nicholas control that football?
LSU transfer. Huge game against North Carolina earlier this year at home for Charlotte. 11 catches, 122 yards on 14 targets.
This is the best angle we have of it.
What a catch, by the way.
Yeah, gets one hand on it. There's the right foot down. The question is, does he control it right there? If that's control, he has the foot in. But it looks like the ball moves a little bit more. It's called incomplete on the field. I think from these angles, Rhino, that this is going to stay as incomplete. To see the football, so that's control, but I think it bobbles a little bit here as he steps out of bounds. Let's see. Yeah, he's still moving the football there.
It's moving.
It's going to be incomplete.
Close.
You agree?
Close.
Close.
So left foot down with control, but then it is bobbled as he crosses into the out of bounds. As always, here at Michie Stadium, they play a little Beatles for us. Let It Be. They want the call upheld here.
Let it be.
Oh, first time you done some singing for us.
That was a good voice
partner.
there. It's a good effort by Nicholas, and good job getting open. And Wilkie just overthrows him. He has him wide open for a first down.
Nicholas had what they call the octopus, which is the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion. 3rd time ever Charlotte history on the same sequence. Fantastic athleticism to reach out and make the catch in the first place with one hand.
Now Tim Albin has to be thinking, if this call stands, is incomplete. It's 4th down and 5. I think the call here is you got to keep your offense on the field.
14-0 Army, the ball back. 3 timeouts left first half. There's more football on the pitch tomorrow. Noon Eastern. Parma. Sassuolo go head-to-head in a Women's Serie A showdown right here on CBS Sports Network. Gutsy call, Tim Albin to go for it, but Army's got a lot of time and timeouts, AB.
Yeah, sharp call here by Nate Woody to spy Wilkie and keep him in the pocket. Then watch Casey Larkin at the safety position drive on the football as soon as it's thrown. It's a rangy play by Larkin, who's one of the leaders of this Army defense. And a nice stop on 4th down.
Here's Army from the 48. Shotgun Helms, hands the short. Noah short, the cut. Runs into trouble. Willis and Schmitz were both there. Got to midfield, got 2 for Army.
And now Army with 3 timeouts. You can still run your base offense here and run the football a little bit. You got 50 yards to get in the end zone, and you have a minute left on the clock.
2nd and long. Smith bursts through a big hole in the right side of the offensive line. Has another first down for Army. Gets to the 40. Carson Smith, first career touchdown run already, picks up 10.
Yeah, that first down allows them to not burn a timeout here. I think after this next play, if it's not a first down or out of bounds, you use that first timeout if you're Jeff Monken.
40 seconds and counting. Howard in motion. Helms keeps it. Drives the pile forward again.
Got to call timeout.
Progress to the 36, and there's Jeff Monken immediately calling his first timeout of our first half here at Mikey today. 32 seconds left in the second quarter.
And really a risky decision last drive for Tim Albin to use the timeout and stop the clock. Incompletion's not the worst thing there for Cale Helms. Good job just throwing the football away. Charlotte brought some nice pressure off the edge.
J.Q. Conley, team captain. Accepted Byron Brown last week at USF in Tampa. Second half against the Bulls, much better than half number one for Charlotte.
Got Noah Short in the slot. The star slot back.
There's third down. Helms spins away from one tackle. Flag flies. Clinkscales comes up. Nice open field tackle by C.J. Clinkscales, the Boston College transfer. He's got a forced fumble to his credit this year. Let's check out the call.
I think they're going to get a holding on Army, it looked like.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Holding, offense, number 71. Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 85. Those fouls offset. It's third down.
All right, do it again here. Junior from Campton Hills, Illinois. Generelli, All-American from last year, guilty party for Army, but they do offset with 2 calls.
Here's Generelli, 71. See the right arm there, just kind of goes down with the defender. Got to let go when the ball comes outside of you. And a face mask here at the end of the run. It might have been interior.
2 timeouts left. Only 4 for 6, third down so far, first half here. Helms keeps. Cale Helms first down and then some. Great mesh with Smith. Gets to the 25, picks up 10. Timeout, Jeff Monken. We're at 9 seconds. Still timeout in front of the play. What do you think?
Yeah, you got time for one more play here, and you have another timeout. So the decision for Jeff Monken and Cody Worley, you're going to run the football here and just try to get a little closer for Dawson Jones, or do you take a shot to the end zone here on this one play? I think you go perimeter run, get Noah Short the ball in space, let him either go out of bounds, or you got a timeout so he can stay in bounds, but let him try to score a touchdown. If not, go down, kick the field goal with a couple seconds left on the clock.
Would be a 42-yard field goal try here for Jones. Their career best 45-yarders we talked about against UAB last week. That was at the end of the first half. Put Army up 10-7. They took care of business in half number 2 in Birmingham against the Blazers. 14 carries, 118 yards for Helms. That's his second 100-plus yard game of the season.
Now for Helms, in this situation, if you're taking one shot to the end zone, he has to be aware of this clock. He can't scramble around for 10 seconds, throw it to the end zone incomplete, and then you don't have time for a field goal. So if they are going to throw this football, he's got to be aware of it.
Last week, similar play. Ran to the middle, away from the hash to give Jones a better look at the field goal. Helms does just that. Lewis has the stop. Jeff Monken has the timeout. Gain of 4, got to the 21. It's about a 37-yarder potentially for Jones, who will march out for a second straight week in the last play of the first half to try to hit a field goal for Army.
A well-executed drive there by Jeff Monken with his timeouts. Using the last one with a couple seconds on the clock. That's exactly how you want it to play out. Nice calls by Cody Worley. Offensive line got some movement and good management by Cale Helms.
Did try field goal on the Thursday night game after we saw Army lose to North Texas in overtime at East Carolina. They had the only field goal try last week. Buzzer at the end of half number 1 in Birmingham. Sophomore Waxhaw, North Carolina. That's outside Charlotte, so I'm sure it's pretty special to take on the 49ers here today for Jones. The big key, you're in the middle of the field. No hash mark, which is always an issue with kickers.
And you got to be ready for Charlotte to try to block this kick to end the half and get some momentum into halftime.
138. He's got it. 10.5 in style for Army. Dawson Jones, 6 of 8 on the year. Tim Albin's team being shut out in half number 1.
Watch Charlotte almost block this kick. They come right up, jump over the center to the side so it's not a penalty and almost get there, but a good job by the offensive line holding up just enough.
Down to Tina.
All right, Dave, thank you. Coach Monken, 3 scoring drives. What has allowed Cale Helms to not just run so effectively, but so often?
Oh, he's getting some good blocking up front. I think the guys are doing a good job knocking some guys out of the way. The defense did a great job when we turned the ball over. That's probably what I'm most proud of this half is our defense stopping those guys and not allowing them to score after we turn the ball over. And I wish the hell we could play football without turning the dang ball over.
Now, I did notice that Helms is a little bloodied. I mean, he's got a scratch on his head, on his hand. How is he for second half?
He looks like that most days of the week, so nothing unusual.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Tina, these guys are Army tough. They're going to be second lieutenants upon graduation in the United States Army. Little blood, no problem at all. 17-0 Army lead on Charlotte. It's halftime. Coming up, the Ram halftime report. Featured return man watches that go through the end zone for a touchback. Back down to Tina.
Well, I spoke to Charlotte head coach Tim Albin, and he said they're going to go one more series with Zach Wilkie. He said the problem isn't just the quarterback. He said the Wilkie, there's been some bad decision making. It's going a little fast for him. He's seeing a lot from the Army defense. They're doing a zone, pressure zone progression. So we may still see Grayson Loftus here in the second half. We just all have to see what happens with Wilkie in their first possession.
All right, Tina, thanks for that. He 8 for 14, 42 yards in the first half. Briggs Bartosh picks up a couple. Give him 2 on the first down run to begin half number 2. Interesting from Tim Albin thinking about going partner back to Grayson Loftus. The Duke transfer struggled mightily last week at USF.
Take a look at the first half possessions here for Army. The 3 scores, 2 of them touchdowns, then the fumble on the second down play by Hayden Reed. And then if I'm Charlotte's defense, I'm thinking about getting the ball out again. Strip at the football here. Charlotte needs to get a stop on this drive.
Bartosh stays busy on the initial drive of half number 2. Drives the legs ahead to the 29. Picks up 2 more. Sets up third down for Army without a pass completion in the game so far today.
A huge play in this ball game to start the second half. Third down and long for Army. This is where Army does not want to be on offense.
5-6.
Yeah, this defense coordinator Nate Vanis for Charlotte needs to have his best call and get some pressure in the backfield.
49ers would love to get the ball back here. Third down. Helms looking for his first completion. Alawale has it and has the grab. The spot is right at the 35. Going to be a first down for Army. Toby Alawale gets his first catch of the season in his 4th game. The junior from Buford, Georgia. And the first completion of the day results in a first down.
Yeah, really sharp throw from Cale Helms there. His first completion, only second throw of the day. That arm isn't very loose, but how about on third down, just ripping it in there to your big receiver. Nice play by Cale Helms.
2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passes, 1 completion for Army. This is Black Knight football. Dominate possession time, dominate the rushing game. Here's Helms, under career high now. Drives ahead, gets out to the 43. Really gets the tackle for Charlotte.
Good job blocking here by Carson Smith. Just watch how Helms follows his running back and allows him to get in front after the fake. Follow Carson Smith, the kick out block, and good read by Helms to bring it up inside.
Big numbers, Helms at 124 against K-State, 128 here today. He's not lost any yards on any carries in today's game. Exactly what Cody Worley wanted. And run for Smith with a touchdown. This is his first tote of half number 2. Gets to midfield. First down again for the Black Knights. 7 more yards for Carson Smith. Just the start. Jeff Monken wanted. Cody Worley, offensive coordinator, control the ball on the ground.
Yeah, Cody Worley's got to be really happy with his offensive line and how this group is coming together. The interior of the line, Brady Small playing well today. Will Jeffcoat, Rhino, we talked to Brady Small yesterday. What a great young man he is. Just embodies what Army football is all about.
Light rain, Salt Reservoir, Precipitation coming down here, AB. Beginning our second half. Smith breaks one tackle. Willis stops him after a couple of yards. Very small. Good meeting with he and Colin Madison yesterday. We appreciate the service so much of these cadets, eventually becoming second lieutenants upon graduation. Colin Madison is a senior. We'll find out where he branches in early December.
Yeah, I always love talking to the Army players just how respectful they are, how well spoken they are. There's Brady Small, the leader of this offensive line, third year starting.
Coaches call him tough as nails, and we could feel that just meeting him yesterday. Rendina feature back, play fake. Helms want to take a shot deep downfield. Off the back foot, throws out of bounds. Short Rendina in the vicinity and incomplete.
I mean, it sounds silly to say, but you love to see that out of Kill Helms. Not forcing the ball down the field, just throwing it away. He wants to throw that thing. He's thinking about it, but a turnover in this situation would not be good. It would give Charlotte momentum back in this ball game. So I'd like to see Helms just throw it out of bounds and live the play on third down.
Cody Ward told us that Helms came in for extra meeting time with his offensive coordinator several times this week. Go over the game plan, talk about situations, talk about footwork, technique, going off a solid platform, all the things that are important for a college quarterback. Here's Helms. Big day continues for him to lead the tackle. Along with Willis, Emil Talib. Big tip ball against Byron Brown last week of USF. Led to a J.Q. Conley pick for Charlotte. Fourth down.
Yeah, this is just a little bit too far to go for this. If I'm Jeff Monken, 4th down and 5. And yeah, Monken's going to run his punt team out there. I think it's the right call. Pin Charlotte deep here. Need a really good punt. Get this thing inside the 10-yard line.
I can sell it a punt to Javen Nicholas, 16th in the FBS, 16.8 yards per return. Dynamic, going to be the quarterback to begin half number 2, which is not surprising. Good moments in the first half. Not one goes Grayson Loftus, the Duke transfer, to begin the second half. Gainey Jr. feature back from the 10 on first down. Wilkie, pressure from Ford. Who gets to him? He gets home in the sack, Eric Ford. He and Balsam combine on the big sack for Army, loss of 6.
Nice play by Eric Ford, coming off the edge. Just beats the block by the right tackle. Good job using his speed to get around him. He's too athletic, too long, can't be blocked. Nice sack by Ford.
Senior Laurel Maryland, top pass rush specialist off the edge for Nate Woody, defensive coordinator here at West Point. Second and long, Wilkie the mesh play. Balsam in pursuit, puts him down from behind. He beat the block of the tight end there, Jake Young. Balsam effective loss of 1.
Yeah, watch Jack Balsam here, playing defensive end, and how he tracks down Wilkie on the run. This is a really athletic play. C99, use the acceleration. He's so long, athletic, and he's got that quick twitch to track down the quarterback. Great play by Balsam.
6'4", 268 from Annapolis. 10 tackles on the year for him. Also a block kick last week at UAB. And Charlotte going in the wrong direction here from his own end zone. Gainey Jr. Not much doing at all. LaShantaz Gray with the introduction. Hello, how are you? I'm going to throw you down the turf. It's another big defensive play for Army. And Charlotte has got a punt. They had one block from their end zone last week at USF.
Yeah, 3 great plays there by the Army defensive line. The first play was Eric Ford, then Balsam, and then DeShantez Gray comes up with a big stop there on third. This Army wants to block a punt in this game. Jeff Monken told us this is going to be their very best look at it.
Barely long the punt. There is a flag in the end zone. Let's see about contact running into roughing. They're different calls. Some contact on long. That kick, Adam, was almost blocked.
Yeah, it was close. And
I thought it might have been tipped.
Other question is if it got tipped. If it's tipped, you can now run into the
Exactly.
kicker.
That's why it's so important.
So let's take a look at this one. It's being a very important call. If this is a personal foul, it's a first down for Charlotte.
If it's running into, it's not.
Correct.
Running into the kicker. Receiving team number 6. Penalties decline. First down, Army.
There's Jabril Williams on the outside trying to block that kick of Bronson Long. And Army's got the ball here. 51-yard punt. for long, who barely got that one off.
Yeah, it's close, but doesn't look like it was tipped. Good effort by the Army punt block team, but can't run in.
Cody Worley more than happy to see. 4 yards on first down. Right at midfield. Analytics will almost always say go for it. On 4th and short. 2nd down. Short again. Noah Short has the outside. Schmitz the pursuit tackle, but Short driven into the sideline does have a first down for Army. There is a flag. We might have a perimeter hold here on the Black Knights. Let's check it out. Steven Anderson from Orlando, Florida. The city beautiful is a referee here today.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Offense, number 15. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
I don't think he meant that.
Yeah, I think he meant face mask, not roughing the passer.
Correction.
I don't know how the offense can rough the passer.
Face mask against number 15.
It's Short on Schmitz on the stiff arm. That's illegal. It's a personal foul. You cannot grab the defender's face mask, even trying to ward him off on a potential tackle.
Yeah, what happens sometimes when you're the ball carrier is your hand almost gets stuck in the face mask as you're stiff arming.
You'd know about that. I bet you had quite a few of those at UMass and Penn State.
I was grabbing that face mask.
Get off me.
Yeah,
the Brenneman stiff arm must have been prodigious.
But now a good chance for this Charlie defense to get off the field. 2nd down and long.
Rain continues to fall here at West Point. Smith featured back. Play fake. Helms. Here comes some heat. Evasive. Cale Helms going to run with it. Shoved out of bounds by Reed Williford. Big game last week for the senior from Franklin, Tennessee against USF. 3 tackles for loss, couple sacks and a forced fumble. First of his career. His 40th game for number 40 as a 49er. In a 6.
He had a really good job of Cale Helms here of making a good decision. Don't try to force it down the field. He rolls out, sees nothing's there, tuck it, pick up a few yards. I've been impressed with Helms' decision making in this game.
Big 3rd down. Shotgun. Helms. Time. Deep ball. One short. Who catches up with it? And grabs it for Army. Noah Short. Big play. And explosive. The Black Knights need it. All the way to the 9. 1st and goal for the Knights of the Hudson. The deep ball clicks for Jeff Bunkin and Army.
It's a nice call by Cody Worley. You're running the football well, so it's time to now rip it down the field. You can see how well Cale Helms is in rhythm in the pocket. Feels comfortable. There's Noah Short just outrunning the defense. He's got so much long speed. Outruns the safety, outruns the linebackers. Great play by Noah Short tracking the ball in the air.
Gain of 44 for Army. The big explosive Cody Worley wanted. Rendina featured back on the hammer. Drives ahead. Inside the 5, down to the 4. That big dude from Montana. Gain of 5 for Rendina. Missed some time with a knee sprain earlier in the year for Cody Worley. Short 9.3 yards a play. Tops in Army history. This is the 136th season of Army football. That's impressive company for the senior from San Jose. He's electric. 2nd down. Helms wants a 2nd touchdown. He stood up at about the 1.5. And 3rd and goal coming up for the Black Knights. Jalen Johnson in on the stop. Senior out of Tennessee.
So this Army offense is, they have those shots down the field that are there sometimes, but it's all about can Cale Helms hit it when it's there, and he did that time. It was a great play call by Cody Worley, but the players still have to execute it. Nice job by Helms and Noah Short.
3rd and goal. Rendina trying to push his QB in for a touchdown. It's very close. Right on the doorstep. Called short.
Yeah, now, if you're Jeff Monken, you got to keep your offense out here on 4th down and inches. This sets the tone for your program. Have to be able to punch it in on literally the 2-inch line here. Go right back to the quarterback sneak. We all know what they're going to do.
Army 1 for 1. 4th down tries today so far. 4th and inches. Helms leaps. He's in. Touchdown Army. for the second time today. And fifth in the last 2 games. Cale Helms scores for the Black Knights.
Just take a look at Cale Helms jumping over the pile here. So much grit and will from the quarterback will not be denied. He was getting in one way or another, but it's a good read by Helms to see the D-line playing low and decide to jump there to get in the end zone on 4th down.
Push-ups for the Cadets. 4,000 strong in the dress whites today. Can you drop and do 23 right now for me?
I could do probably
how many?
50 in one
50
set.
right now?
At this rate, they may need to do 50 if Army keeps scoring like this.
There's Jones. Another successful PAT for the sophomore from outside Charlotte. Cale Helms, exactly what they wanted from him today, Adam. Explosive play, take care of the ball, and score in time.
When the play's there, you gotta make it. Cale Helms with a beautiful throw. Noah Short getting open behind the defense. And Army finishes the drive with authority. They're up 24-0.
You're so much more than just a landowner.
Grayson Loftus, redshirt sophomore, Gaffney, South Carolina, and the Duke transfer. First action for him today. Gainey Jr., good pickup, has 9 on the first down run.
Grayson Loftus is more of a big pocket passer, not as athletic as Wilkie, but he's got a big arm. He's played football, has some experience. The question for him has been the decision-making. Can he process quickly and not turn the football over?
2 for 11, minus 1 yard last week at USF as the starter. Gainey Jr. has stopped shy. In fact, he went backwards by half a yard. And Thomas, bottom of the pile. Leading tackler for Army.
Charlotte run by
First contacts.
Jr. No gain.
That sets up 3rd down.
Yeah, Charlotte's in 4-down territory here. Down 24 points, 3rd quarter. Got to go for this on 4th down and short. If you don't get it here, it'd be a good time to let Loftus throw the football here and loosen that arm up on 3rd down.
5 games for Duke. Picking up Riley Leonard in 2023 before the transfer to Charlotte. Struggled last week. This week's a different story. 3rd down run. That spot is shy from Gainey Jr. It'll be 4th and a yard. Tim Allen is going to keep the offense on the field. Has to here. Down 24-0. Armed Forces Football is proudly supported by Bud Light. All right, 4th down again here.
4th down is short. I think you got to go play action here and give Loftus the choice to throw the football in the flat. Charlotte's been getting stuffed in the run game.
49ers 1 for 3. 4th down tries so far today. Loftus changes the play, maybe alters the protection. On 4th down, Gainey Jr. spins ahead. That spot is right at the marker. Now it's shy. It's going to be Army's ball. They'll take over again. Madison, Fortner, Thomas. They get directly to Gainey Jr. Gus McGee, the tight end, is shaken off. Last time it happened, 2023, Delaware State. We call that game on CBS Sports Network, 57-0. Woody would like another shutout. 1st down, Coleman's in at quarterback. QB change. Dwayne Coleman's first action of the day, throws that one in the Army bench incomplete.
How about that play call by Cody Worley? Coleman's first play of the day. Go play action. Give him a shot down the field. Yeah, I mean, I think 24-0. Cale Helms has taken a lot of hits, played hard. Time to give Dwayne Coleman some reps out there. And I think Helms has done everything to prove that he should be the starter of the future, but you want to keep your backup quarterback, Dwayne Coleman, who has started games this year for Army. You want to keep him involved in this game and the game plan.
Senior, Selma, Texas, 1-2 as a starter. Fakes the short on the jet sweep. And hit there by Reed Williford, the Sam linebacker for Charlotte, back down to Tina.
change of quarterback here for Army. We were talking to Brady Small yesterday in those meetings, and we were asking him, is there a challenge with the different starters and going back and forth to Coleman and Helms? He said, not at all. He said, I've had so many snaps with both of these quarterbacks. They're really very similar, even their counts and their cadence, their demeanor under center. He said you couldn't ask for more as an offensive lineman to actually have that consistency, even with two different QBs.
Snapping here to Reed back in the game. Upended by the Charlotte defense. Dwight Boodle, a second Nebraska transfer, has the tackle on Reed. That's a gain of 6 there for Army. So Coleman back in. And
Army run by Hayden Reed.
Small did talk about the familiarity. Coleman thought going in yesterday he was going to be the starting quarterback. That changed throughout the day.
Now Coleman has a huge 4th down and 3 here. Keeping the offense on the field. I thought Jeff Monken would think about kicking this right here, but want to give your quarterback some confidence. Let him convert this on 4th and 3.
One wants to stay on the field. Pitch. Reed looks for the edge. Johnson got there first. Dragged out of bounds. Short of the marker. And the yard to gain. Needed 25. Good play by Boodle the second. Fumble recovery, 31-yard return against USF last week, and Charlotte holds.
Yeah, here's Johnson off the edge. Teddy Williams just runs right by him, the right tackle. You got to block 24 there. Johnson, he makes the play in the backfield. It's a missed assignment by Teddy Williams, who's played really well in this game. We talked about him a bunch, but good heads-up play by Johnson, the defensive end, to get the tackle for loss on 4th down.
All right, so Coleman, who did not finish the game last week in Birmingham, did start against the Blazers. Helms came in, ran for 3 touchdowns. Loftus stays on the field for Tim Allen at quarterback for the 49ers. The final 51 seconds of our 3rd quarter from the Mid-Hudson Valley. Charlotte takes over. Gainey Jr. Stretch play right, runs into trouble on the cutback. Will be sent down hard. Old Seawright got there with a physical play defensively.
This Army defense has made so many big stops today. This was a big 4th down stop after Army's offense turned it over. That's complimentary football. Then Casey Larkin made the stop on the 2nd 4th down. The 3rd, linebacker Caleb Fortner stops this Charlotte offense. Big day so far for Nate Woody and this Army defense, and they're looking at a shutout here as the 4th quarter is about to approach.
The Army DC has seen Charlotte go 1 for 4 on 4th down.
It's under further review for a potential targeting.
All right, we'll go to the review here. Let's see if we had targeting on the last play against the Army defense. The 49ers hoping for their first win against the FBS team this year. Let's check it out.
That's Cale Newton, number 97, they're looking at for the targeting here. So Rod Gainey Jr. is a ball carrier. So for targeting, this would have to be 97 using the crown of his helmet, the 6-inch radius of the top of the helmet, and make forcible contact on the hit. Let's take a look at it here. See 97 come in. I think the question here is going to be, is that the top of his helmet, the 6-inch radius? It looks like it might be the front of the helmet that he's using here.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. There was no targeting. 2nd down.
Okay, we move on.
I think that's the right call. It was not that 6-inch radius, which is a big emphasis point for targeting this year for the officials.
So Cal Newton, reserve defensive lineman. The sophomore stays on the field and will be available for the first half of the game in New Orleans next week against Tulane at Yeoman. Tulane, another one of the powerhouse teams in the American this year. It was a loss of 2. Absolutely loaded American Conference this season. USF might be the best of the bunch. Memphis having a great year undefeated. Nicholas hit by Fortner. Ferocious defensive play to end the 3rd quarter by Caleb Fortner, inside linebacker. Here from West Point. Big Army lead. Keys, Adam, let's revisit.
Yeah, Charlotte didn't get off to the start they needed. They had to score in the 1st quarter. No points so far today. Army has turned the football over, so that's the thing that's going to drive Jeff Monken crazy. And always been great on 1st down on offense, which is one of the keys to stop for Charlotte's beat.
Now some pressure. Here comes Gray as well against Loftus, who throws that out of bounds. Incomplete. Charlotte 3rd quarter AB, 9 plays, -3 yards. of total offense. Balsam and company, a big reason. Lots of heat on the 2 Charlotte QBs today.
The Army defense has done a good job getting pressure on the quarterback. Got Wilkie a little bit rattled in the first half. Grayson Loftus can't settle in. It's been the defensive line. It's also been the linebackers. Andon Thomas, Caleb Fortner playing in the backfield. Eric Ford's made some plays today.
Charlotte has 82 yards of offense in the entire game. They had 3 first downs opening drive and now 6 for the game total. Benson the third. From the 35. Grabs the punt there from long. Trey Benson with a nice return to plus territory. Shoved out of bounds eventually by Colin Gill.
It's really good blocking by the return team here. Watch number 17, Jackson Hammond, right there, get the block. That springs Benson free up the sideline. Good execution by this punt return team.
Monday, 1 Eastern, catch more gridiron action. Ottawa Red Blacks take on their Eastern Conference rival, the Montreal Alouettes. Canadian Football League showdown right here on CBS Sports Network. Coleman stays in over center. A nice return from Lloyd Benson. Reed featured back. Howard in motion. Hayden Reed runs into Williford and drags him forward with a nice second effort. Gets to the 40. 5 yards for Hayden Reed.
Good to see Hayden Reed back in the ball game, getting some carries after that fumble to start this game. And Army's going to need Hayden Reed to play good football throughout the day. Let's take a look at the rushing numbers for Army today.
2 touchdowns, that should be for Helms, by the way. 22 would be a lot.
22, he wishes he had 22 touchdowns.
Right.
It feels
it
like
is a career high.
It feels like
it is a career high rushing yards. Second down. Reed totes the rock again. Drags Gavin Willis across the 35 to the 34. It's another first down for Army. So I'm curious, you're a former tight ends coach, Arizona State. You're the coach at Army. You're Jeff Monkey. You're talking to Hayden Reed about ball security. What are you telling him today?
Telling him that if you don't respect the ball, you don't respect the program. That's what coaches say all the time. If you put the ball on the ground, it's really not a good look for your teammates. But at the same time, I'm telling Hayden Reed, we're going to need you this season. So I'm going to pull you from the game for a little bit, but you're going to go back in there, and I'm going to need you down the stretch. Hayden Reed has to protect the football, but he also has to make big plays for this offense.
I like it, Coach. Good advice. Here's Reed, right on cue. Stays busy. Enveloped after a short game.
Had a flag come in at the end there.
Xavier Miles. And a fumble recovery earlier today for Charlotte. Flag is on the field. Haven't had many penalties today.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Good Shipman. Guilty party. Gavin Shipman, neurosciences degree from Harvard. That's impressive. And a transfer for Charlotte.
Yeah. Penalties have been the issue for this Charlotte team all season, especially against Army. Can't have penalties that give them free first downs.
Only the 3rd accepted penalty of the game. Pretty clean football here today. Bartosh featured back. Coleman backs up. Shotgun on first down. Bartosh hit right away. Kept on trucking there. Good second effort against Yamil Talib. Nephew of Aqib Talib, NFL superstar for all those years. Won Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos.
It's a terrific second effort by Briggs Bartosh on that run to find a way to get a few yards. I think Bartosh is really the most gifted running back of this group in the backfield, and he's going to need to have a big season down this conference stretch for Army.
Benson the 3rd out there as well. Coleman. Benson the 3rd, play is blown up. And Shipman, who just had that penalty a moment ago, read it and put down Benson the 3rd with a nice open field tackle. Loss of 5.
It's a really good play by Shipman coming from his corner spot to trigger on the football. That's how Coleman reads this. 13 right there. Gavin Willis is the read key. I think that could have been a keep read for Coleman and kept it himself, just pick up a couple yards. Instead, it's a tackle for loss. Brings up a 3rd down and extra long for Army.
Nice play, senior Alabaster, Alabama. Reed back in. 3rd and 13. From the 21. Play fake. Coleman. End zone. Incomplete. Trying there for Kevon Pointer. Looking for his first catch of the season, second of his career. They nearly clicked for 6 to the back of the end zone.
This is a really nice throw by Coleman. It's right where it needs to be, high in the back of the end zone. And Pointer has to come down with that right in his hands. It's a tough catch. The wet conditions make the ball a little bit slippery on the field. But it's good to see Coleman, after being on the bench, stand in the pocket and make a throw like that.
Agreed. Great throw. Great throw. Good effort, Pointer, junior, Jonesboro, Arkansas. 25 touchdown catches as a senior there. Jones on for the field goal try. This is sprayed way wide right and no good. Not close. After hitting that field goal at the end of the first half. Keeps this a 24-0 game for Army. Trying for its 248th all-time shutout in program history, dating back to 1891. Inspiration, a lot of smiles for Army on family weekend. And a big lead on Charlotte. 24-0, trying their first shutout in 2 years. On the first down run play. Big pickup. Mason Loftus, the Duke transfer, struggled last week. Came in for Connor Harrell, who's lost for the year against Rice Adam with an ACL tear. Played pretty well against Rice in that game. Struggled against the Bulls of USF in Tampa. That's another chance here today. Loftus, pocket collapses and down he goes. A lot of pressure. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There for Grayson Loftus.
I love all these pressure looks that Nate Woody's bringing. Watch Fortner right here. Come back and then come off the edge. It's really hard for the quarterback to figure out where the blitz is even coming from because of all the movement up front. And Fortner coming around there makes the quarterback Loftus step up for the tackle for loss.
Sean Donovan, Cale Newton involved in the stop that time. They also won the first down play for Loftus and company. Junior gets the carry. Second leading rusher entering play tonight. It's from Tampa, redshirt freshman, was not available last week at Raymond James against USF. Sets up third down. 49ers 3 for 11, partner on third down today.
All the guys at the line of scrimmage confusing the quarterback here of who's actually going to come and who's going to drop.
Nicholas in motion. Loftus steps up. Young has the catch. Jake Young, tight end, gets out to the 43. It's a gain of 6, but shy of the yard to gain. Needs the 46. First catch of the day for the Western Carolina transfer.
It's one of the things Nate Woody's great at with his scheme on defense here at Army, is just making the picture muddy for the quarterback. You're not sure who's going to blitz. You're not sure which quarterbacks or which linebackers or defensive ends are going to drop out. And here it is again on fourth down. All the guys in the line of scrimmage.
Charlotte 1 for 4, fourth down tries today. Young stays busy, has a catch. Thomas can't bring him down. Seawright eventually gets some help from his friends and makes the stop. Not Jake Young, but it is to the 49. First down for the 49ers. Charlotte, year 13 in program history, partner trying for their 49th win. All time to match the nickname. 1 winning season so far, 2019, 1 bowl game, and 4 coaches.
There's a heads-up play there on fourth down by Loftus. Find the completion after the blitz.
Kenny Jr. fumbles it. Nadozie picks it up for Army, and the Black Knights take over. Steven Nadozie on the bounce has got it. And the Cadets back in business.
Recovered by Army. First down. Media timeout.
Man, I think that was Caleb Fortner who forced that ball out.
Get the hatchet. Get the broad axe. Celebration time for Nadozie, who's got a couple of big turnovers this year. Fortner reaches in on Gainey Jr. and out it goes. Forced fumble for the captain, Nadozie, the recovery.
You deserve the best. Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Unbeatable deals right now at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. Don't miss out.
When being ignored isn't your idea of friendly service.
Hello?
Hello?
Sarah?
It matters where you stay.
Hello.
Hilton, for the stay.
Look like there's a play. Mike, I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. I didn't stay in such great shape.
Nugenix Total T2, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gives me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Nugenix?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie talking about it? Men over 40, get Nugenix Total T2 and get back on your game.
From the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart, Nugenix Total T2 is back with even more man-boosting power. It's the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle by texting GAME to 215-215.
Hey, Ralph, aren't you forgetting something?
New T2 is not available in stores. Get your complimentary bottle by texting GAME to 215-215. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
Timeout for Review the Core, brought to you by M-Core. Swipes cadets, 4,000 strong in the end zone, cheering on their beloved Black Knights. We appreciate one and all, brave men and women. We're going to protect our nation's freedom upon graduation from the USMA. Helms has had himself quite a day out.
Helms has been electric today at quarterback for Army. He's got 2 touchdowns. First one right there after a 50-yard run for an explosive play. Helms also has been good through the air. Had a long pass to Noah Short. Was accurate when he had to be. Really big day by Helms. And he's become the future of this Army quarterback position.
Nice run, Hayden Reed. 8 yards for Reed. Randy Franklin, the Navy transfer. A distant relation to Walter Payton. Sweetness himself. We asked him this week when he had a nice chat with Randy about his favorite all-time player. He said it's got to be Walter Payton. Distant cousin. Pretty cool. Played at Navy, 1 year special teams. Holmes celebrating a big day with his teammates on the Army bench. Went to Charlotte, just enrolled student body, didn't want to play football. And assistant coach and former staff contacted him DM on X to join the football team tryout. Reed will have a first down. Stopped by Reed Williford of Charlotte. So I'm a believer in Tim Albin. We've covered a lot of his games at Ohio. He will get this going in Charlotte, right?
Yeah, Tim Albin's a winner. And, you know, he's really building from the ground up here at Charlotte from a roster standpoint. Brought a lot of guys with him from Ohio. A big get for him was bringing Shea Taylor from Ohio with him, who was out for this game. Probably the best player on this Charlotte team. But Tim Albin knows how to win. It's just going to take time here at Charlotte.
First thing you asked him on our Zoom call, why'd you move from Ohio? 3 straight 10-win seasons. He said he'd been there 20 years in Athens. Kids grew up there. Kids still live there. Want a new challenge to build Charlotte into a powerhouse in the American Conference. Williford first contact head-to-head with Dwayne Coleman, who's inside the 45 to about the 43. Man, coach of the year last year.
Ryan, I want you to watch Parker Poloski here blocking on this last play. Watch Poloski 44. Just the effort he plays with at tight end. Physical off the ball, driving the defensive end back who's bigger than him. About 250 pounds of Poloski. He's such a big-time player. Parker Poloski, man, impressive.
Tina, you got more?
And this is exactly why Parker Poloski was named the Dark Knight of the Week last week by Cody Worley. It's for the player who does all the things in the shadows, not necessarily stats, but helps the team win.
10 pancake blocks last week at UAB. Tina, that's a big reason you get the Dark Knight Award. Home of the Black Knights. It fits, right? Yeah. You should have some kind of cool t-shirt.
Clever.
Yeah. Or a mask you wear around. Something cool. It's raining here, West Point, but wet day here for holiday weekend.
You know, I really think
families.
Rhino Poloski is the kind of guy who may not show up on the stat sheet, but he embodies Army football. 10 pancake blocks last week against UAB. He's not going to score a ton of touchdowns, not going to get a bunch of targets, but he is what this team is all about and a big part of this offense, despite not showing up on the stat sheet every week.
Yeah, one catch this year for him. Parker Poloski's been outstanding, though, as a blocker in this triple option Offense for Army. Bartosh stopped by Williford. Is a really active day defensively for Charlotte. Let's go back down to Tina.
And to quote Cody Worley on this, he just loved talking about this Dark Night of the Week award. He said it's doing the dirty week and the dirty work in the shadows that leads to positives. They're really into it. And I love the name because it's combining the best attributes of the Black Knights and, of course, Batman's nickname, the Dark Knight, who does all his work in the shadows as well.
Thank you. Yes, it's very fitting all the way around. Coleman over center this time. Reed feature back short in motion. Dwayne Coleman play fake. Gets away from one tackler. And Williford again adds to his total. Hit to the 31. Needs the 28 for an Army first down. Gain of 4. Williford has been omnipresent today for the Charlotte defense.
There's so many plays on this Army offense that take discipline at the line of scrimmage. Take a look at the rush yards from last season, 278, now 300 today for Army. But the timing with the offensive line, the running backs behind the quarterback, a lot of discipline needed to run this Army offense effectively. Boy, does this team have that discipline.
200-yard rushing games this year. Charlotte State in North Texas for Dwayne Coleman. Coleman has the first down for Army. Drives ahead, powers to the 25. Chains move here for the Black Knights. Clock moves toward 4 to go. In the fourth quarter, and Army's first 2-game win streak of the season.
Big time block by Bartosh, leading for his quarterback on the third down play. It's Jake Rendina, number 33. Getting in front of his quarterback. Good timing there by Coleman to allow Jake Rendina to get in front of him. And Rendina with the neck roll. If you're getting blocked by someone with a neck roll, I'd be scared out there if I'm a linebacker.
It's a big guy.
You don't want to run into Jake Rendina.
Anyone with a nickname Hammer, partner, that's a problem if you're on the other side of the line of scrimmage. High snap, Coleman has got it, and he has gotten immediately. Curtis Simpson got there immediately. And made the play, the redshirt freshman from Shelby, North Carolina, and transfer from UNC. At home, Jerry Richardson Stadium, Charlotte did play Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels this year.
You know, for all the
horror movie guy, I mean, I'm
not really. I'm not really a movie guy.
I can't even. I just trailers.
It's just football. That's all I watch. Rhino, all the talk about Parker Pawlowski and his blocking. Be a great time to get him the football here. Play action. Get 44 down the seam. Let him make a play. We got to reward the tight ends a little bit here,
like
Cody Worley. Come on, Cody Worley.
Second down, not going to happen. Coleman Williford again has the tackle. Coleman back to the original line of scrimmage. Gets 3 for Army.
Pawlowski actually ran out for a route on this play. It was a run-pass option. He was open. Got to feed the big fella the ball. But I like it. Turn it around. He doesn't get the ball. What's he do? Turns around and finds work, trying to find someone to block.
17 tackles for Williford today, by the way. Contact with Jay Taylor, the captain, Ohio transfer, out for Tim Albin. Neck injury suffered in practice this week. 49ers would love to have him back for their next game. As the rain continues to fall. It's pouring here now. Short on the end around is hit immediately. Good play. Gavin Willis, transfer from Bucknell, Patriot League. All Patriot League pick last year for Bucknell. 2-minute timeout from rainy West Point. 24-0 Army en route to its third win. Jones out for a long field goal try. 45 yards. It is blocked. Kick is blocked by Charlotte. So Jones a couple misses today. But Quender Williams II recovers that for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's going to drive Jeff Monken crazy. Coming off the edge right here. Nice job getting the hands up on the block. Heads up on the recovery. This is going to give, it's good when you're a head coach. You have a big win. You got some things to clean up and tell your team. Like Hunter Gibson got his hands on that. 11 coming off the edge.
Reed's fumble, blocked field goal, missed field goal. Something to think about. Loftus throws. Cam Smith has the catch. He's hammered shy of midfield. Dwight Boodle a second. Got that field goal block. And that's something positive for Tim Alvin to take back to North Carolina, too.
Yeah, that was actually Dwight Boodle blocking it off the edge, but nice play. And I love seeing the effort from Charlotte. The pieces are there. There's some good players on this team that can make plays when they have to.
On second down, Smith has the catch, and then the drop. It's incomplete. Isaiah Burrow was right in his face. Reserve linebacker for Army. The 2s and 3s getting some time here for Nate Woody. Final minute 23 on a rainy afternoon. On a family weekend here on Post. '49ers hoping to get past midfield for the first time in the second half. Loftus throws on the move. Catch made. Something positive. Jalen Hampton, redshirt freshman from Atlanta. Transfer from Western Kentucky, has his first target, first catch, gain of 10.
Really nice play by Loftus there on third down, finding a way to scramble, stay alive in the pocket, pick up a first down. Charlotte's going to have a quarterback competition going into next week now again.
Loftus throws. Hook up again for Charlotte, late going. Connor Adair on the tight ends for the 49ers has the catch inside a minute of our fourth quarter.
You know, and Tim Alvin's really known for developing quarterbacks, having good offenses that run the football well. It's going to be an important piece for him as he builds Charlotte here to figure out who his quarterback is.
On second down, pass goes in the middle. Derek Ely got a touchdown grab this year, had a nice catch in the back of the end zone last week at USF in Tampa. First career touchdown for the redshirt freshman from Huntersville, North Carolina. Again at 22. By far the best that Charlotte's offense has looked second half. Double move on the pump fake into the end zone. Looking for Hampton. It's incomplete. Hammond on coverage there for Army with 19 seconds to go in the fourth.
Yeah, I see why there was so much excitement about Loftus coming into this season, even when he was at Duke. He has the arm talent. On this drive, we've seen a couple nice throws by him. That was a good throw right there on first down in the back of the end zone. Really, that ball's got some juice when it comes out of his hand.
Second down. Loftus, end zone. And there, it's incomplete.
And it may feel like this game is over right now, and it is, but Army's playing for a shutout right here. And if you're Nate Woody, defensive coordinator, if you're Jeff Monken, you want this shutout.
We talked about 2023 Delaware State last time. Was it Mikey? Game 2 for Jeff Monken last time against an FBS team, arch rival Navy. Army had 2 shutouts part of that year, the 9-win season, beat Middle Tennessee to begin the year 42-0. Like another one here today. The end zone, not going to happen. Touchdown. Got by Charlotte. Katie Hunter-Gibson. The back of the end zone. Nice elevation, high point catch with less than 10 seconds to go in our fourth quarter.
I'm calling that the Dave Ryan jinx. Talking about the last time there was a shutout and they score the next play.
Too much shutout talk.
Really nice throw by Grayson Loftus. That's where it has to be, high over the linebacker in the back of the end zone. Nice job securing the catch by Hunter-Gibson for the touchdown.
I'm with you, partner. There will be a QB competition again this week. That's what they had hoped from Loftus last week at USF. Didn't happen. Where struggle got pulled. Boyd on for the PAT. He's got it. First points of the day for the 49ers. Charlotte on the board. KD Hunter-Gibson back of the end zone. High points that football. Jeff Monken.
Readiness and grit are critical to mission success. The Exchange is a valued partner in supporting our nation's soldiers, past, present, and future. Tax-free shopping, military-exclusive pricing, and Exchange credit options save you money. 100% of the Exchange earnings strengthen military quality of life programs. I'm the Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Weimer, proud shopper since 1971, reminding you that heroes are welcome at their Exchange.
And now, place the ring on his finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
and pledge to share my USAA membership with you, our future children, and for generations to come.
And pledge to share my USAA membership with you, our future children, and for generations to come.
A perfect fit.
USAA, earned through service, shared for generations.
At Total Wireless, we got your back every day. Others, not so much. Just look at the facts.
Switch to Total Wireless and save 50% off Metro and Cricket, guaranteed. With one line when you keep the phone and number you love.
Facts.
That means you'll pay half what these other guys charge when you bring your phone.
Facts.
And we were the first 5-year price guarantee in prepaid. Because one thing's for certain,
we've got you covered. Get the facts. Then switch to Total Wireless.
When you're traveling with 3 kids and pretty much everything now,
hi guys, welcome.
It matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back because we know you love to get the most out of your pizza by getting the most on your pizza. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Get extra without paying extra for $9.99 at Domino's.
Coming up on CBS Paramount Plus, 3:30 Eastern Time. 7th-ranked Indiana on the road at Eugene against number 3 Oregon. Big Ten showdown, couple unbeaten. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this one, Adam.
Yeah, not only is this a huge game for the teams, but the winner of this game at the quarterback battle is going to lead the Heisman Trophy race the rest of the season. It's a great coaching matchup. Brad, Gary, and Jenny on the call on CBS at 3:30.
It's going to be packed.
It's going to be a great one.
Jumping. Here, rainy day, family weekend at West Point. Army about to put away win number 3 on the season. More importantly, second American Conference win, back-to-back victories for the Black Knights. Back in the thick of the very competitive American Conference race. Weaver back to receive the kickoff. It's over his head and in the end zone for a touchback with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, it feels like Army has really refound their identity over the last 2 weeks. Been dominating time of possession, ran the football really well. Cale Helms gives this team the juice, the confidence, the physicality they need at the quarterback position. And Rhino, got to give Jeff Monken credit. Hasn't been pretty this season. You had the loss to Tarleton State, then you beat Kansas State, then you lose some games. But he's built this program on consistency, and when they run the football and they take care of the ball, it's a tough team to beat.
20 first downs, AB, in the game here today. 305 rushing yards for a team that averages 275 a game. Top 5 in the nation. Led the nation last year in rushing and time of possession. Coleman takes a knee. Victory formation for Army to seal the deal at Michie Stadium. Black Knights move to 3-3. Second American Conference win for Jeff Monken and the Cadets.